Hey Sophie, hey everyone at YouTube. This is a response video to Sophie's tag she got me. And actually this is my first tag video, so that's going to be fun. I really like these questions. I feel like they're really introspective, so that's kind of what I like. And I did promise horses, so they will be at the end of the video, or if I have to, if I run too long like I normally do, I will make a super fast, quick little video of the horses and load it and upload it at the same time. Alright, I'm going to try to go quickly. Question number 1. What does it take for you to be motivated to exercise? For me, my motivation for exercise is that complete suspension from stress, worry, all the outside pressures and everything. When I run or engage in exercise, I become so focused on the activity that's all I'm thinking about. I'm just receiving the physical sensations of what I'm going through. Everything shrinks down to that particular moment in time. So like I've got my music and it kind of combines with the experience. So like instead of worrying about things or thinking about stuff going on in my life, I just feel the sensation of breathing, or what my legs feel like, and it takes a little while for me to get there. About 10 minutes into it if I'm running, but just that absolute suspension of all outside issues going on and just becoming kind of one with my physical self. Alright, number 2. What do I really feel about myself when I look in the mirror? When I look in the mirror, I feel a connection. You know, when like you talk to somebody or you see somebody, even if it's not reciprocated, it's like your two existences combine, and it's like an acknowledgement of another being in your world or another presence. And that's kind of, now it sounds like I've got split personality or something, but when I look in a mirror, it's almost my own acknowledgement of self, that I make that connection to myself. And then from there, it's usually a reflection of my emotions. So if I'm happy, everything I see in the mirror I'm happy about. If I'm sad, it seems to get magnified. If I'm angry, I'm very dissatisfied and upset. So how I really feel myself, honestly, is just kind of where my emotional state is. But I do feel a sense of stability and continuity, because that, besides my mother, that's the one image I've had my whole life. It's changed, you know, as I've grown, but I feel okay, and I do, I feel comfortable with myself for all its faults and everything. So number 3, are you ashamed of your body? This one's a journey for me. I think for most people it is. You kind of go from first being aware that there is such a thing as shame, and then you start being concerned about it, whether you should be ashamed or not, and then maybe perhaps you become there, and hopefully you move on from that. For me, when I was heavily involved in showing horses, you were supposed to be very thin, and I was, just naturally, because I was young and I did a lot of physical activity. So I was only like 56 pounds until I was 15, and I mean, I was really skinny, and you know, and so it was never a problem for me, but others would be criticized, and so I became aware that there there could be a sense of shame, just from seeing others go through that. And then when I quit doing that so much and kind of broadened my horizons and involved myself more in school, and I got to puberty, I gained quite a bit of weight over a short period of time. I was still healthy, but just that quick a gain over such a short period of time. I went from like just under 60 to about 120 in about a year and a half. It was hard. It was hard for me to deal with, because it was at that time when you're very self-conscious and you feel everybody's watching you and everything. So I had that to deal with. And then later on in college, I did get involved in a relationship. And this person was very controlling and used negative statements to control the relationship. And you know, if you hear it enough, you start to internalize it. And I did become very ashamed of myself, and I used that as reasons to blame for negative things in my life. And I felt like if I could somehow look better, my life would improve. But luckily I got out of that toxic relationship, and I'm surrounded by friends and family, and got involved in healthy relationships, and started to focus more on accomplishments that I achieved in school and at work, and grew out of that and looked to that for more validation. So now, no, I might be dissatisfied about certain things and wish to improve them, but ashamed, not anymore. Thank goodness. What or who motivates you to keep going? Myself. Sophie said this as well. But my reason for myself is because I want to make that change. I want to, it's my desire to have that self-confidence, to be healthy, to enjoy the things I want to enjoy. If it was for someone else, I don't think it'd be a strong enough motivation for change. I don't see change occurring from outside oneself. I only see it coming from an inner motivation. Of course, that's just my opinion. But I've seen, as far as like smoking and things like that, you need that intrinsic motivation, I think. I think extrinsic, is that a word? Isn't strong enough. If you have social pressures, I don't think that's enough to keep you going. And when you do it for yourself, it's ultimately healthier too. So anyway, yeah, myself, I see what the change is, and that makes me excited, and you know, and I see the gains that I make, and it's a sense of accomplishment and sense of pride. And now that I'm starting to value who I am for myself, yeah, that's what keeps me motivated. So anyway, those are my answers. They're actually briefer. I've tried to record this a couple times and have had technical difficulties, so this is kind of the really brief version. But I love the questions, and who I'm tagging is going to be in the bar. And anyway, thank you, Sophie, for tagging me, and as promised, the horses are coming up. Bye!